Hello, internet friends. How are you doing? I'm fucking wrecked. Game Developers Conference was on this week. This is Saturday, so Monday through Friday was basically GDC in San Francisco, which is this big thing, which for us in the press is like a really big event because it essentially means that every developer of note is in town doing something, whether it's signing business deals or shopping a game around or trying to get funding for a project. So it basically means that we're working our asses off, especially in GameSpot because we're like 2 blocks from where it happens. But it's not all that big a thing for people outside of the media and the industry itself, because not much news comes out of it, especially this year because there was so much VR. People were basically like there was like so many projects about VR because they're looking for VC funding because it's San Francisco and people just throw money around. So it was all VR, 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 and people on the internet don't give a shit about VR yet. Whether they ever will, we'll find out. Like that stuff traffic's super bad. But so it was really, really busy for us, even though not all that much news came out of it. So I'm wrecked because I just came back from Ireland last weekend. As you can see, my Amiga boxes looking good. Prime real estate for the Amiga boxes, but I'm feeling good. Otherwise, it's a beautiful day here in sunny Oakland, California, and part of the reason I think I'm feeling good, apart from the fact that we did a bunch of really cool interviews which are up on GameSpot now, and the YouTube channel and the Lobby's podcast feed, which I want to briefly mention. I had a chat with Marcin Nowinski, who is the founder and CEO of CD Projekt Red, or CD Projekt Red, as he made me say. I had a great chat with him about The Witcher and a little bit about Cyberpunk, although he is very good at knocking back questions, so he didn't give me much of a headline there. But it was a really good chat about sort of the mentality of that crew and staying fiercely independent, and in spite of all this money that's flying around and people that would love to buy them. So that was fun. I had Rebecca and Adam Saltzman on, who are making a wonderful game called Overland, which I'd played. It's kind of like it's like FTL meets XCOM kind of thing, meets Oregon Trail. It's like an XCOM game, turn-based, but you're trying to get from the East Coast to the West, almost like The Road, like Cormac McCarthy is The Road. Very, very good. Adam is a fantastic game designer. He made Cannibals, which is that tappy dude running across the top of, dude or girl now, running along the top of buildings game years ago, and he makes loads of really interesting games. And so he that's his latest game. I think it's going to be really big. That's out later this year. Jim Crawford on that podcast as well, who's the guy who made Frog Fractions. If you haven't played Frog Fractions, I'm not going to tell you anything about it. Go play fucking Frog Fractions. Just trust me. Give yourself 10 minutes, because you'll play it for an hour because you won't realize, but just give yourself 10 minutes and go have a go. And then yesterday was really great because I got to get Matt Lees, who's a good friend of mine who I hadn't seen in a couple of years, who's doing some really interesting independent journalist stuff out of the UK, as well as Khalif Adams and Sharif Jackson, who are from Spawn On Me podcast, a podcast that I started listening to back in January, which is super. I love the angle they come from, because they're sort of outside of the games press, outside of that influence, but they care a lot, and they're also both African Americans, so they bring out sort of that type of angle, which is a perspective that which you wouldn't know unless you went looking for it. And it's a super great podcast. I definitely recommend people check it out. So I had those 3 dudes on to talk about kind of like what we all think is the future of, maybe not the future of games coverage, but like ways in which there are still ways to do this, which aren't, because everyone goes on about like, oh, Twitch streaming is the future and YouTubing is. I don't really fucking think they are. I think like that's what we're doing now, but I think it's all going to change and flex a lot over the next couple of years. And the stuff they were talking about building audience, about speaking to audiences that aren't covered right now, like that's the stuff that gets me up in the morning. That's the stuff that's exciting to me, because it's like games coverage covers like this much of people playing video games. And that's why I'm like a little bit critical of Twitch, because like all Twitch is doing, like it's covered like this much again, but now everyone's just repeating this much again. So that was an interesting conversation, I think, for me personally, just looking ahead to the future, and also I think for anyone who's sort of interested in wider conversations about games coverage. It's a little bit masturbatory because it's just fucking games press, people talking about the games press, but hopefully the other two will offset that with developer chat. I haven't forgotten about those questions as well that everyone sent in. I have like the in-laws in town this weekend. They're arriving in like an hour's time, so I'm not going to have that much time to do much stuff. I just wanted to get one video up. But what I also want to talk about really briefly, which has nothing to do with games at all really, but I mentioned on Twitter during the week and I had a little bit of reaction to it, is that like I've seesawed with my weight for like years. Like you probably see, you go back on videos and I got like the skinhead and it's like all like I'm looking pretty thin and like videos are like this. So it's been like a thing in my life for like 10 years or whatever. But the other thing that's kind of been around there as well is like my relationship with booze, which as somebody who grew up in Ireland, you could basically buy a drink easily from the age of about 16. And culturally, people just drink quite a lot. I have drunk quite a lot over my life. I feel like I have a pretty high tolerance for booze. And I think more than that is that I have gotten into patterns in my life where I will set up situations and scenarios ahead of time so that I have access to beer without even knowing it. So like bringing people out for lunch on like their, leaving their birthday, or like, finishing a project and work and like celebrating it with some beers after work, or like, I don't know, like stopping drinking beer because it's, give me a belly, so I start drinking whiskey. Like just ways in which I've my relationship with alcohol is clearly like stronger than most people's. And then I spent a week in Ireland, which was basically just eating bread and drinking cider for a week, which was great. But I came back and like GDC's on, so it's like, okay, I'm gonna have to be like out a lot because a lot of socializing, which to me is more meeting up with people in the industry who I like and who I want to work with. So it's like, okay, let's do something in the future. Oh, let's do something in the future. So that's like a big big part of it. And then I knew I was coming out of Ireland, so I'm like jet lagged. Literally got in on Sunday, and then Monday is GDC. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna like not drink for like a couple of days. I'm just gonna not drink for a couple of days. And like, not drinking for like 4 or 5 days shouldn't feel as good as it feels, but it does. And I've been waking up like feeling super energized. I'm sure the jet lag had something to do with that. I think we came back at a good time. Shut up, fucking alcoholics. He's like, no, keep drinking. But for whatever reason, I feel like energized. I feel good, and I'm also feeling like this inherent power when I come up against like situations that previously I would go, oh yeah, let's get a beer, and I'm like, not. Like, I'll have a lemonade or whatever. And it shouldn't feel that powerful or that important that that's what's happening, but that is actually what's happening. So I think that probably like a lot of people in Ireland, I'm drifting into the like what is it, like functioning alcoholic sort of spectrum. So I've decided to just give up booze until I go back to Ireland in late July. So that's like 4 months. But I counted up, it was about 130 days. Probably about 120 left or something. So I've decided to just do that and see what happens. I mean, it's 4 months. European Cup is on, E3. I mean, I got through it. There was one day where it was payday beers, GDC, and St. fucking Patrick's Day, and I was sitting there drinking Diet Cokes. So I feel like if I can do that, I can do anything. But yeah, I've just decided to do it just for like my well-being, to see. I've lost a decent amount like in the past couple of months. I've lost like 12 pounds. It's like nearly a stone. If you use ancient European weight amounts. So I'm gonna, hopefully that'll help a little bit more, because I do exercise like all the time. Like I exercise like at least once a day. If I just go for like a half an hour run or something, which I'm going to now because it's very sunny. And I've been eating like I eat well. Like Lynn's eats well, so I eat well kind of situation. So I think I'm going to just give it a go for like 4 months and see what happens. And I kind of want to invite you folks as well to, if not do it with me, feel free if you want to. If you're thinking about doing it for like a month or like 2 weeks or whatever, if you want to like jump in. I'm going to Europe the end of July. I'm going to go to Paris. I'm going to Paris for a couple of days and then go back to Ireland. And I'm going to like have a drink of wine. A glass of wine in Paris is going to be the next time I have a drink. Actually, I might not. We'll have to see. So that's what I'm going to aim for. It's around I think it's July 22nd or something around there. That's the sort of weird date that I have, which is easy for me because I'm getting on a flight. But if you want to join in, by all means, I'm going to document it a little bit as I go, probably in relation to everything else as well, in relation to like trying to get fit as well. But I thought I tweeted about it, not expecting much of a response, and then basically had a shit ton of people going like, "Oh, I've done this," or "I'm trying to do this," or "I did this years ago and it made me feel this way and that way and that way." So yeah, I just wanted to open it out to the YouTube, all you folks as well, to I don't know, get your thought on it. Do you think it's like an important thing? Do you think I can do it? I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll be all right. I'm pretty sure. Usually when I'm in this mindset, I'm like, okay, I got it now. Paddy's Day was like the hump, so I think I'm good. But yeah, and that's kind of like, I just wanted to also update this channel because I know I was away in Ireland, obviously, for like almost 2 weeks. And I had a bunch of stuff up the week before. And I'm going to get it. That's going to, the week before where I had all the Factorio stuff and all those videos, like that's the type of amount that I'm going to be putting up on this channel in the future. So thank you so much to everyone who's pushed me over 500,000 views and got like 10,000 subscribers and all that. It's amazing. I love the little community we have here. And yeah, also if you want to give up booze, this is an excuse to do so. Yeah, so in terms of games, I'm playing The Division. I want to stream a bunch of that. I want to put a bunch of that stuff up here. I'm also playing a game which I can't talk about, which is not in shot, hopefully. Nope. Oh, it's digital anyway. Which I can't talk about for a while. But hopefully... Actually, I might be able to talk about it next week. It's not out for a while, but I might be able to talk about it next week on GameSpot. I won't be doing that here, because that's very much a got a key through work thing. So, and apart from that... Stardew Valley I want to get into, but I've never played like those games. I've never been a Harvest Moon player because I'm not like I was playing Commodore games, so maybe that'll be interesting. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So I might do some sort of stream or video for YouTube tomorrow. My primary goal is to get the video up replying to the games journalism video, because I mean I did that right before I left, so that's my priority. I'm gonna go for a run right now though, and hopefully on my 30-minute run, I will not end up drinking some booze on the way around. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Thank you so much for watching this. Yeah, let me know what you think below, if you've ever given it up or had trouble doing so, or had any like interesting benefits from staying away from booze for a little while. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys, if not tomorrow. I'll talk probably tomorrow, but if not, a day or two later. Have a nice weekend. See you on the other side.